Morning, gala lovers. I hope you're well. This is a lovely sunny Sunday morning, and I just want to show you what is in bloom right now. This one is Tranquility, grown in my white border. Some roses on their first flush, some roses are on their second flush, but we have here a really very pretty hydrangea paniculatus, the slightly pointier ones. Really gorgeous zingy lime colour that goes well in this white border. The roses are on their second flush. This is Pride and Prejudice. I think we still have one bloom here, a very old bloom. Oh, and another one down there that's hiding from me. Very lovely. And we have a David Austin one here, which is quite lanky. Well, not one of my favorites. This is Litchfield Angel. Still a very nice bloom, but I'm not keen on the lanky growth of this white David Austin. Onto another David Austin. This is, look at that, so many buds. So many buds on this one. This is Desdemona, a very prolific bloomer. It was quite early to bloom, and the second flush looks just as amazing. So many buds on there. We just have one bloom there. The buds start off with a hint of pink, opening to a very creamy white. And we have some wild mallows. These are wildflowers as well, these cow's parsley. I just transplant them here when they were babies. This one here is Tranquility, another David Austin rose. This one holds its shape a little better, and I do love the petal arrangements. Lovely rose. Onto one that's new in my garden. This is Wedding Piano. It really does have a green tinge. There you go. Picks up really nicely in the light. It's a greenish, creamy white rose. Very, very pretty. I am on the lookout for more piano roses because I believe there's several in this collection, ranging in pinks and reds, I think. But this is the only one that's available in the UK right now. This is Wedding Piano. And on to my last rose in my white border. Not in bloom. I've had quite a lot of blooms already, but it's just having a little break right now. This one is a tall one called Madame Anisette. We have lots and lots of growth down here. So that is my white border. This one is a discontinued David Austin rose, and one of the most beautiful, I think, but not very vigorous. This is Munstead Wood, and after all the feeding I did manage to get one new cane come through, but it really takes a lot of effort to make that rose look good. And we have one here that's blooming new for me this year. This is not available in the UK. I got this from the town centre in Lotham. This one's a very soft orange rose. It's called Emilienne Gio. Not bad for a bare root planted, only a few months ago. Now I don't have the luxury like Dilly to smell that rose because it's so low down and amongst all the growth. What's this squabbling with all the birds? I seem to get that with all my videos. This one is also a new one for me. I bought this from Eastcroft Roses. This is Delightful Perfumer. I had a few blooms on this already, but yeah, I've deadheaded them now, but they were very rain damaged. We had a lot of rain and it just bored up. This is the best that I've had, this single bloom. So that is Delightful Perfumer. Now here we have a climbing rose. It's not very tall for me right now. This is Jardina. Let me just get that. It says it's highly fragrant, and I have smelt this and it is very fragrant. Jardina Climbing Rose. It's a lovely rose. I only got this a few weeks ago, a couple of months maybe, and the buds start off with this really crumpled look. Not very pretty at all, really. Let me just show you. It starts off like this, like a rather untidy bud, but it opens to this, which is lovely. We come to another rose. Here is Theo Clevers. These roses are all in pots. This is my only edible rose, Theo Clevers from Vino Gino. And this one here is widely known and widely grown. This is Mum in a Million, and rightly so. Look at that. It's in a small pot, but it's just blooming away. Lovely strong fragrance, very healthy, gorgeous, very easy on the eye, very traditional bloom shape. Another one in the pot having a break, but we do have one bloom to show you. This is Eustacia Vi, very healthy, got lots of growth coming. And this one is, oh, we have one tall cane. It's not normally this tall, really. This is Princess Anne. It's known to be quite a petite rose. Very, very prolific. Look at those buds. Look at those buds. There's some more blooms there. Oh, and we have a little ladybug on there. So cute. So that is Princess Anne. And one that is not seen very often. This is a discontinued Benjamin Britten. The bloom is so beautiful and a very, very strong scent. Look how beautiful that is. Really, and it does have yellow stamens on there. And the second flush looks like it's well on its way. Now this one is, I'm very impressed with. Do you see how small that pot is? Now I potted this because it's a cutting. It's in a small pot because it's a cutting. This is the Annick rose. And can you believe that? Had I known it's going to grow so big, I would have given her a bigger pot, which I will do later on in the season. But my goodness, this is a very mature cutting. It's about 4 or 5 years old, so it's almost like an adult plant now. But look at that. And again, you don't see this very often. Really good. Look at that, little wavy petals in the center, surrounded by regular petals. Let me just smell this for you. It's a good scent. That is the Annick rose. And this one having a break also, a bloom that's just nearly fallen off. This is Gabriel Oak. Gabriel, shall we go through this side? Let's see this side. This is a very healthy bush. This is Chippendale, but like in my last video, let me just show you. Look at that. How strange is that? Like I said, normally that is a regular bud with the bottom bit, small, and the bud is very big, you see. Whereas here, that is very big. I'm not sure what you call it. It's very swelled up. So if it blooms, I'll show you what it looks like. This one here is a very gorgeous one. The first flush wasn't that amazing, only had a few blooms, but the second flush is looking really good. This is Fruity Perfumer. There's another name for this, but I have to go and list it for you. It's a German rose. Very lovely. The foliage especially nice when it emerges in spring. A very bright reddish coral kind of foliage. Moving on to, this is one called the Anniversary Rose. I did show you my last video, which was quite confusing. So many roses called Anniversary Rose. Yes, good fragrance. And this one here, Earth Angel. I was so pleased to get this, and I really wanted it after seeing the lovely videos online. I love that sort of like delicate pink with the unusual center, but unfortunately mine don't grow too well, never really has that nice shape that I want. Moving on to another perfumer. Oh, by the way, that is also called Secret Perfumer. Another name for it is Earth Angel in the USA. This one is Royal Perfumer. Last year had this amazing fragrance, but this year I don't detect so much of a fragrance this year. It is growing well. We've got some lovely buds coming through, and a new cane as well. This one is called Raspberry Perfumer. No blooms. A little disappointing for me this year. All the blooms seem to be rain damaged with brown edges. But I hope this year it would be a little better. Or this later in the season, the second flush would be a bit better. So these are my potted roses. This rose here is a bare root planted a few months ago. I bought this from Town Centre in Lotham. This rose here is called Dornberger Slosh Rose. I hope I pronounced that right. It looks a very healthy rose, very glossy foliage. I've only got one bloom. It's only a baby plant, but the colours are like sunset colours. Really gorgeous. And now we have the daylily opening, and which is a really good companion planting. This will be my peach area. We have also, if I can reach that, that is Golden Celebration. And another nice companion planting is the Monarda or bee balm. Very fragrant. Comes in lots of colours, but we have red in here. This is Indian Summer, Astromeria Indian Summer, and we have still some lovely blooms of Lady Emma Hamilton. Very healthy this year for me. Got lots of new growth. This cane's coming here. This one is Lady of Shalott, putting a lot of new growth as well. That is, oh, Oh, let me get this grass out of the way. This is Sunny Sky. It's a Lady Marmalade. And this is Meteor. Meteor's very colour changing. It starts off yellow with a little bit of coral edging, and then it fades to this, and sometimes it becomes a very orange, very orange coral flower. That is a rose of the year, one of the rose of the year. Very colour changing, very pretty bloom though. Let me just smell if it has any fragrance. Ah, no fragrance, but still very pretty bloom. Another new one for me this year. This is called Pour Bacchus. It looks a little bit like a small version of Princess Charlene of Monaco. Now I can't smell that one because it's really low and very tiny. Let me show you Princess Charlene of Monaco. We have our second flush. Look at that. Very lovely flower. That is Princess Charlene of Monaco on her second flush. Here is my replacement of Boscobel. It's actually a lot more pinker than I thought it would be. I thought it would be a bit more coral colour. If it continues being this colour, I would probably have to move it next year because it's ruining my peachy. See, it stands out too much from my peachy orangey look. There's some dahlias here, Dahlia Poo. Self-seeded calendulas. Really very cheerful. And the seed head, look. Very unusual, right? We have one of the best David Austins in my opinion. This is Bring Me Sunshine. I do have a cutting of this, I'll show you in a minute. That is gorgeous flower. This one is grown in full sun. It is healthier than the one in full shade, well, semi-shade. I have one in the back in the shade, grown with two other yellow David Austins. But this one looks really happy in this sunny location. That is my yellow border. So let's finish this video with a look at some of the cuttings I had. So I showed you a batch last time. This one is a different batch. Well, they flowered at different times. This one, I think it was not quite open, so I couldn't really see what it was. It was just in bud. I can tell you now, this one is Timeless Charisma. Very healthy rose. And followed by another super healthy rose. As you can see, this is just a cutting. This is barely a year old. That is crazy. This is perfumer porcelain perfumer. Look at that. Look at that growth. That is 1 year old. This one is, I think it's a David Austin rose. It's a yellow rose. It's got quite good fragrance and it's quite thorny, which makes me think this may be Poet's Wife. The way it grows as well, a little bit tall and a little bit lanky. Followed by another one of my favourites. I've got so many of these cuttings already, but it is one of my favourites. Oh my word. Oh, it's shattered. Oh, this is Meal on the Floss. Wow, this one, look at that. Look at that flower. Look at that flower. And again, I think this is just 1 year old. It's a cutting that I must have taken in the autumn, and now it's flowered. This is Bring Me Sunshine. Really gorgeous fragrance. Last but not least, this is Line Renaud. This was taken from my brother's garden when I saw it, and I absolutely fell in love with it, and I had to have it. And I wasn't sure whether my cutting would be successful, so I went and bought a bare root from Town Centrum, and then I thought the bare root wouldn't flower, which it has now, I've seen it, and I went and bought another potted rose. So now this is my third Line Renaud, or Delice. Several names on this plant, but look at that. All these are cuttings. So I shall leave you with Bring Me Sunshine.